So you can have your lyrics wherever you want them. I just chose audio on YouTube that I knew I wouldn't get a copyright check for. So it's just a random piece of audio. First of all, you want to get your lyrics in some kind of a presentation. It starts with intro music, then it goes daddy go, daddy, daddy go, go. Oh hey, and you'll see all this later. And here is how I've chunked it up. Now, you can chunk it up any way you want. You can put an entire verse on one page and then you have very little moving to do, or you can do it quicker. It's easier to obviously do it with bigger chunks, but this is how I chunked it up just to show you. I'm going to go up to File, I'm going to go to Export, and then I'm going down to, I'm going to do a PNG, and I want a really high quality PNG, so I'm going to raise this number up, and it's going to save every slide that I have over here in a high quality PNG. I want it to be crisp and clear in iMovie. So I'm going to hit export, and it's saved it all for me, and I'm going to go get that in just a second. So let's go to iMovie. So here we are in iMovie, and this is the audio that I pulled off of YouTube, just an example. And I need to now put in my slides that I just created. Okay, so here they are. I send them to the desktop, and I'm just going to click all of them and select all of them, and I'm just going to drag them right here into iMovie and put them right there. Now I had to put a slide to hold my audio, so now that I have that, I'm going to move my audio off of that, and I'm going to get rid of that because I don't need it anymore. All right, and I don't want this slide, so I'll get rid of that. Oh, doo-doo. So let me go Control or Command Z. That undid what I just mistakenly did. Because it's hooked to it, it trashed it as well. So I need to go over here, and now I can get rid of this. All right, so all of the slides that are here, I'm going to select them. I could have done it the minute I pulled them all in here, and I probably should have. But I've selected them all, and I'm going to come up here to this little blue thing, and I do not want the Ken Burns effect where it zooms in or out, and I don't want crop to fill, although you can play with that, but I want it to fit, so I want the whole thing to be shown. So that's the first thing you have to do. All right, next thing is you have to decide how you want to time your slides. And if you want this slide, it's already listed right here as 4 seconds. And so if you want to change it to 2 seconds, you can come over here and grab it like this. I'm going to push down on my trackpad and just drag it. And you can see at the top there, it's changing the number of seconds. Now it's at 2 seconds. You can do it that way, or you can click on whatever slide it's on, come up here to the little check mark. No, not the check mark, sorry. The I for information. And it'll tell you the duration. And let's say you want to make it 3 seconds or 3.1 seconds or whatever you want to make it. Put 3.1 and then hit the return so it will make that go into effect. And now this is 3.1 seconds. So you have 2 ways to do it. And I like to actually use the little I up there because it gives me specific control over it. All right, so let's play this and see what I'm getting. Okay, so it said Daddy Go, which is over here. So I know I want this to be shorter. So I'm going to pull it over here and see what we get. Okay, so that's still not short enough. If I hit the space bar, it'll start it playing, and if I hit the space bar again, it will stop it. It's really so much quicker than trying to pull up and go to your play and your stop button. All right, so I need to make this shorter. And I am doing it by the sliding method right now, just for the heck of it. Although I can see right there that that's probably Daddy-O. See that spike? So I'm going to pull that over, and because that's probably where it is. Yep, that'll probably do it. Here we go. Now I just hit stop because I know that's where I want to stop it. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to drag it to that spot. And let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to give that a little more because oh hey hasn't come up yet, because there is like an airplane roar that I didn't take into account. So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to click to put it there. I'm going to hit the space bar.
Oh, hey.
All right, so that takes longer. So I'm going to just make it a little longer. Now, if I was really doing this, I would go back and I would create another slide and I would put a little airplane on it. But you get my drift.
Oh, hey.
All right, he got to oh hey, but not sorry, I'm just enjoying my pumpkin pie. So let's see how long it takes to get to pumpkin pie.
Hey, sorry, I'm just enjoying some pumpkin pie.
All right, so pumpkin pie ends there. So I'm going to come and grab that and I'm going to drag it to that little line. All right, let's do it from the beginning, see what we've got.
Oh, hey, sorry, I'm just enjoying some pumpkin pie. Have you ever had pumpkin pie? Yeah? Oh, so you know then.
Okay, so it's so good, right? I need to get to the end of that.
It's so good, right?
So it's right there, so I'm going to come drag it to that point. Okay, let's see.
Good, right? I love it so much. So much, I actually wrote a song about it. Check this out.
All right, so I want to go to oh, check this out. So I'm going to come here. Now, let's see what we've got.
Check this out.
All right, so I'm going to need to go faster now. And here's the thing about music. I don't actually know what the tempo setting is, but if the tempo is set at 60, which probably wouldn't be because that would be very slow, that means every beat is a second long. And if you're going to move by every measure, then you're going to move every 4 seconds. You can figure it out like that sometimes. See if I can get an idea of one slide and then the others might fall into place. Okay, so I've got that little intro, which isn't going to work exactly, but it's looking like 2.7 seconds. I'm going to guess. Hold down the shift key and click that one too. Then I'm going to come up here to duration and I'm going to hit 2 and then the return button. So it's pulling these down to 2. And let's just see if I guessed correctly. I probably I'm going to have to adjust it.
Thankful for my mom, thankful for my dad. I'm thankful for my house and I'm thankful for my dad.
I didn't do any more than that. I'm thankful for my dad. Okay, so I think I'm going to shorten this one a little bit. Let's see how that does.
Thankful for my dad. I'm thankful for my mom, thankful for my dad. I'm thankful for my house and I'm thankful for my dad.
Okay, 2 seconds is pretty close. Now let's say I want to really fine tune it. Fine tuning is easier to do with the numbers. So I'm going to click that. I'm going to hit shift, click again. So I've got both of them. And I'm going to come up here and I'm going to do 1.9 return. Shortened them slightly.
Thankful for my dad. I'm thankful for my house and I'm thankful for my dad.
Yeah, I think that's probably still a little too long. So, but if you did a long song, you just don't know how it's going to turn out. So I'm going to do 1.8, which this tiny bit of difference, but anyway.
Thankful for my dad. I'm thankful for my house and I'm thankful for my dad.
Okay, so that's basically how you're going to do it, using both this and just your slider to get things right. And then if you look down here at the audio, it tells you a lot. So let me go back here and show you. So if I come over here to settings and I pull it to the left, it's going to really condense it. And I'm going to see the spikes in my sound there. But I can really fine tune things if I pull it to the right. And if you have a really long song, this will be too much. But anyway, plus it's going to go really fast through there. But you can see the spikes in the sound and where it kind of goes between phrases. Like you can tell there's a phrase change or a measure change there, and you can kind of tell there's one there. Let's try this. Thankful for my mom, thankful for my dad. I'm thankful for my house and I'm thankful for my dad. So you can see that the word I'm is right here. So if I wanted to pull that more into that one, and if I'd actually put the word I'm on there. So I'm going to pull it like that. All right, this should work better. Thankful for my dad. I'm thankful for my house and I'm thankful for my dad. Let's say you wanted to make a change and you wanted to add the word I'm in there somehow. I would actually go and change the whole slide, but let's just pretend. So let's come back up here to titles, and you can come to, if you wanted to throw the word, this is going to expand, but there's all kinds of titles here. Lower third, split, and each one of them does something different, and it'll kind of show you what it does. Oh no, I'll do gravity. Okay, I'm going to click on it, then I'm going to drag it where I want it to go, and I'm going to drag it right there. And you can see here, I'm going to highlight all of it, and I'm going to put the word I'm in there. And it's white, so on that white slide, that's not going to work. So I'm going to highlight it, I'm going to click the white, and these colors come up, and you can't see all of them, but I'll just make it a darker color. And then hit the return bar, and now it should be purple. And I don't need it to be that long, obviously, because I just want it to show up. Okay, and I want it to come in a little earlier, so I'm going to pull this over. All right, so let me get rid of that. Okay, so let's see what that does. Thankful for my dad. I'm thankful for my house, and I'm thankful for okay. Well, that looks creepy, but at least you get the idea of what the I'm could be. If I pull it over here and I let it go a little longer, it might look a little better than popping up and going, I'm really fast. All right, here we go. Okay. Well, that's in case of severe emergency. But you know, these little title things will sometimes come in really, 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 really handy. All right, so let's look at our final production. I'll come back here and I'm going to click at the beginning. All right, then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to hit full screen. Actually, you're not going to be able to see the full screen, but anyway. And when I hit full screen, it's just going to start to play from wherever I have this line. So here we go.
Oh, hey, sorry. I'm just enjoying some pumpkin pie. Have you ever had pumpkin pie? Yeah? Oh, so you know then. It's so good, right? I love it so much. So much, I actually wrote a song about it. Check this out. I'm thankful for my mom, thankful for my dad. I'm thankful for my house, and I'm thankful for my dad.
Okay. I think that gives you enough to go on. The big takeaways are knowing what this is to when you're on a slide. It helps you make sure it's fit and it's not going to do the Ken Burns zooming effect because that usually pulls something out of view. Crop to fill is pretty cool. You can play with that and figure it out. And the other thing is that the I is where you're going to get your duration, and you can do multiple slides at one time or you can drag it. Let me show you one more thing. Let's say I wanted to end it down here and I want to do a fade, and so I'm not going to let it get there. So this is fading and you go down and that's changing the length. So I'm going to change the length. And then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to come up to the fade, the two triangles, not the arrows, the triangles. And I'm going to pull it to do a fade. All right, let's see what that sounds like. I'm thankful for my house. So it did a little fade. That's a great thing to know as well. And if you find there's a little something wrong, you can come here to any place in the sound as well and click on the sound. You know, now you're on the slides and now you're on the sound, and There, it turned yellow. And you right click, or for me, I use 2 fingers, and I can split the clip. And it doesn't do anything to it other than just let you be able to work with it if you need to. And it doesn't harm anything. If you don't like it, do Command Z and it'll go back to the way you had it before. Then also this line in the middle controls how loud your audio is. And so my audio is pretty good. I liked it where it was, so I'll leave it at that. All right, hope this has helped.